Hi, I'm Lyndsey and I'm a freelance technician for IdHAIR UK. Today I'm going to be showing you a simple pin-up style that can be used for weddings, for bridesmaids and brides, and also proms. So first of all, I'm going to add some of our salty texture mist from the new Obsessed range. This is just going to help me add some volume, some texture and some grip before I start. This also has a little bit of heat protection in. So I'm just going to section these front bits out of my way while I work on the back. So depending on how much texture you do want in the hair would depend on what size sections you would take. I'm going to do mine quite large to give more of a beachy wave look. So after I've done my first section, I do like to come down on a diagonal for my sections after this. All this does is helps me with a more seamless look, so we're not creating any harsh lines in our curls. And I'm just going to set my curls with the Essential Super Strong Hairspray. I'm using the same technique and going down on a diagonal at the sides as well. So to add a little bit more volume and texture, I'm going to use the dry texture spray today, but just remember when you first spray this on, it can be a little bit wet, so don't dress your hair out straight away, wait for it to dry so it goes to more that powdery consistency. So with my wide tooth comb, I'm just going to gently brush through these curls. And as you can see, we've got that lovely beach, salty look. We don't want it to look too smooth. So I'm going to start off the pin up at the back. Again, I don't tend to use straight lines. I tend to try and work on a diagonal. This really helps so if you do a pin up and suddenly you end up with all these partings in. If you work on diagonals and in triangles, you tend to avoid that. So what I'm going to do is take a triangle section here at the top, I'm going to pin that out of the way, and I'm just going to back home some of this underneath section just to help my pins stay in. if your client wanted some volume to the top as well, which I tend to find these half up, half downs, you don't tend to put much volume in, you can back home that section as well, but I'm not going to today. So what I'm going to do is split this into two. And just naturally just pull that out a bit so it's not too tight. You still want to see that slight wave in there. Pop the pin in and bring it back round. And just smooth that bit out. So before I do anything else, I'm just going to check that's exactly where I want it to be. You will have a mirror in front of you normally for these things. So just check how it's looking from the front and smooth out any bits you need to. To help me smooth out and finish, I'm going to use the clay and the spray. This is one of our best sellers in salon because it's just so easy to use. If you struggle putting wax on your hand, you always put too much on, this is fantastic. So I'm just going to use this instead of my hairspray, because hairspray can sometimes become too sticky. You'll end up with it all over your hands and then you pull your pin up out. So I'm just using that to smooth down any flyaways that I don't want in there. Okay, so that's my base there. Using the clay and the spray, I'm just going to help smooth down some of my flyaways here at the front. We're going to leave a little bit of a curl down the front there, and then I'm going to start my plaits. So I am going to add little bits just on the front to help that plait stay a little bit more flat to the head, but as we come down we won't add pieces. So from there I'm just going to plait all the way around. So once I'm happy that's going to cover, I'm just going to pin that in place for a second. Use a little bit more texture spray on that plait. And then we're just going to fan out those edges to make the plait look more volumed. Just very gentle because we just smoothed it all down with our clay and the spray, so we don't want to make it too big. Great, and once we're happy with that, we've set it in place with our Essentials hairspray. And I am going to clip it in place at the base that we've created there. So I'm going to pull that on top. Put a few grips in to just secure it there. we go, and then we're going to repeat exactly the same on the other side. Once we're happy with that second plait as well, what we're going to do there is bring it round, find a little loop that you can pull it through. I'm going to pull that through there, and then we're going to secure that in place as well. You try and get them grips underneath the plait there so that we can't see them. So we'll push it that way and then bring it back round. And there's your plait secure. So what you're going to do from there is just go around and check that you're happy with where those plaits are sitting. You could even tuck these under if you want, but I normally leave them out. And then I'm going to finish off again with a bit of clay in the spray, just to smooth down any areas. And there we go, there's our boho half up, half down look. And if it is for a bridal, you can just finish off with some nice clips or slides. I normally just pop mine to one side there. To help finish the look.